I usually start these episodes with a energy drink, usually like a V8.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this week though, it's all water. I'm
Oh,
keeping it fresh, keeping it all natural.
I
oh,
would say, is
That's
it a
the
V6?
energy we're bringing in.
so
That's
this
the energy
episode,
I'm bringing
so
to this season.
so this season is calm energy, not chaotic.
This season is well hydrated. I'm
Mm,
not gonna say it's not gonna be chaotic. I'm gonna say
mm.
this season is hydrated.
All
I'm
right.
keeping myself hydrated.
Wait, do we want to do it? You know how like when there's like a Happy New Year's, you make New Year's resolutions. Do we want to all like?
Oh, do we want to do new season resolutions?
Yeah.
Okay. Jourdann, since it was your idea, do you want to begin?
Let me think. What do I want to start off? What do I want to bring into this season? All right. I think for this season, well, first of all, I'm gonna continue to appreciate Caroline Forbes, even though she's gonna continue to be disrespected. You know.
Exactly.
Um, and then another thing I want to bring into the season are the plants that are around me because I got new plants. So
Okay.
more green energy. You know.
More green energy. We're
Yeah.
keeping this season, we're keeping it hydrated. We're keeping it green. Look at us go.
Wow.
We're truly thriving.
Are we?
My plants will not die. You know. They're not gonna die.
We are manifesting.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
laugh
We
the
are
next episode they're
manifesting
dead.
No. Okay, wait. I named them Ramona and Beezus, and they can't die. They are intertwined and they can't die.
I love this too because this is entirely an audio medium. We would have no way of knowing Jourdann's plants died unless she admitted failure to us, which I think is the funniest part. Like even if they died, you can just cover your shame, Jourdann.
I
You
don't
don't have
think
to tell us.
I don't think I can do that. I think I do have the responsibility of saying my plants have died this week if they die.
Okay. So we'll keep checking in and seeing if you can keep a plant alive
Mhm.
for the next 11 weeks.
I think so.
22, yeah, exactly. For the next 11 weeks. Let's see if you can keep a plant alive and if I keep drinking water.
All
So I'm
right.
not going to lie to y'all. I have not drank a lot of water. Brian, how are you going green this season 3 of Afterbite?
Well, since I'm still quarantined, I've not been driving, so that's my going green, even though my car is more green now.
There you go.
And
I
not a
love
gas
it.
guzzler.
We're going green here on Afterbite.
Wait,
Everything around us is bad, but we're going green.
The apocalypse is here, but we're going green, yo.
I'm staying hydrated this season so that when the Mad Maxian, races across the wasteland that is the US start, I'll be good to go. I'll be hydrated. I'll be fine.
Wait, Brian,
Yeah.
what are you bringing into this season? What's your new season resolution?
An actual format and not stupidity.
Oh, see, Brian, the loftiest goal of all, which is not being stupid.
Yeah.
Will we accomplish this?
No.
No.
It's just me
But-
not being stupid.
That's fine. I can live with that.
Yeah.
So, hey, gang, do you want to go into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yes.
Hey, hi! Welcome to Afterbite. It's a Vampire Diaries fan cast. It's only 10 years too late. This is episode 23, the first episode of our cool new format where all we do is talk about one episode of the Vampire Diaries for every episode of Afterbite. That also means, though, you get 2 episodes per week. Oh, wow! It's a Friday today as we're posting this. You're also going to get another episode on Tuesday.
Ooh.
Look at us go.
Spicy.
Tuesday has always been a pretty good day of the week.
Really?
It's not been the best, it's not been the worst. It's always been pretty good.
Because it's like right after Monday. So on Monday, you're like, oh, this is bad. But on Tuesday, it's like right before hump day, right after Monday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm almost halfway there.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. I'm almost halfway there. And this episode, also halfway to a good episode. So, hey, this episode, it's called The Birthday.
Wait.
And-
Wait. Before we get into the episode, if this is going up on Friday, we should discuss how it's Juneteenth.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's Juneteenth. It's a day for Black liberation. I personally did not know it exists, even though I'm Black, because it's not nationally celebrated. And I
Nope.
also, my family also is not from America. I feel like it is an American holiday
It's a
because
very American holiday.
100%.
it's like for like the liberation of slaves. It was the day that the emancipation I can't speak. The day that the
Yeah,
emancipation proclamation
that's close
Mhm.
enough.
like got shared to all the slaves. It's the day it got shared to all the slaves, or like the majority of them. Um,
Yeah.
but my family is Jamaican, and I'm like first,
Oh,
second gen, so like it's not very like deeply rooted into our culture. But gotta celebrate for Black
it's there.
liberation.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Big fan. And now you are forcing me to get this episode up on Friday, which I love that. You have just primed the guillotine to come down upon me.
Listen,
Make sure that it goes out on
listen.
Friday.
If it doesn't go out on Friday, just cut this section out.
It will go up on Friday. I am manifesting.
Oh boy.
I'm going to spend tonight editing this. It will go up on Friday.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I do too.
I'm glad that you both do,
Yeah.
because I don't. So, should we talk about the episode this week?
Yes, let's do
Sure.
that.
It's called The Birthday. So we are again
Wonderful.
getting started so fucking early with this goddamn
Mm-hmm.
I hate it so goddamn
Mhm.
much.
What's
The birthday.
the question is, what's the reason? Like why?
There
What
is no
is the
reason.
reason?
Because it's
The.
so lazy calling
It is.
something the blank.
Also, the birthday, like Elena's birthday, not a pivotal part of this episode.
Nope.
No.
It's just like the setting of everything.
Exactly. Literally, like, no, maybe 4 mentions of it throughout the entire episode, and like that's the reason there's a party.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all. Y'all.
Y'all are lazy.
Y'all.
I see it.
But at least the party's not at the Mystic Grill.
That
It's
is
true. At least it's at a house.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
So, the Netflix description for this episode is it's Elena's 18th birthday, and as she searches for Stefan, Damon tries to keep her from doing anything that might draw Klaus's attention.
I feel like that didn't happen this episode.
You are correct. Because
Like, I feel like I'm watching a completely different episode than what Netflix promised me.
exactly. Well, I mean, Damon did try to keep her from doing anything that might draw Klaus's attention, but in doing so, he drew Klaus's attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
Also, it feels like even though Elena technically is searching for Stefan, she doesn't really do a lot this episode.
Mhm.
It's
she does. She pouts. She drinks. She eats a cake. Like, come on, let her live.
I mean, it is her birthday. I'm not saying she has to do anything. I'm just saying the Netflix
Exactly.
description is misleading.
They are liars.
We've discussed this before at Netflix description writer. We just want to talk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Could
I
you
want to.
imagine?
There's a lot.
Could you imagine if we got at least one of the people who wrote Netflix descriptions for the Vampire Diaries on this podcast?
That'd be amazing.
I'm
I'd
gonna
love
have
that.
to do a deep dive into who the fuck writes Netflix descriptions.
Yeah. I would love that for us.
Yeah.
So now we have like top 3 lists of people to come onto the podcast. It's like
Julie Fleck and the Netflix description writers.
Julie Pleck is not even on there. No. it's Candace King. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Then it's I don't know who the person who
Kaylee?
played- Yeah, Kaylee. And then
Oh yeah, Kaylee Bryant, our queen.
And then after that, it's a Netflix description writer.
They're
Then it's the
really getting
creator of
top
the
billing
show.
here. Julie Pleck, I feel like having Julie Pleck on this podcast would be like if you brought your mom on the podcast.
It'd just be awkward.
Right, it would.
It'd
It
just
would
would.
be
awkward.
weird. Like it would be if I
would
tried
be
to bring
groveling though.
Exactly. It's why it would be the worst, is because I couldn't actually make fun of this podcast.
No, you mean the show.
I mean, also this show, but also I couldn't call us a bad podcast, because how could I call us a bad podcast if Julie Plex here?
I mean, that's true.
Like Julie Plex, come onto our
It's
podcast,
like-
but also don't.
It's
Yeah.
Don't come near us.
It's like if
I would
Don't
love
look
to
at
meet
us.
you, but
It's like if you were like, there's like this whole thing happening in the YouTube drama channel thing about people like talking to YouTubers and like having relationships with them and like that affecting their like views and their and them like having more of a bias. It's kind of like that. If Julie Pleck came on this show, there would be so much bias because we wouldn't be able to say, "Hey, this was bad. Here's why," and this show sucks.
I mean,
You
she
know?
gets that all the time
Exactly.
in her Twitter mentions, though, so I feel like she's used to it at this point.
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah, but like reading a bunch of fucking doofuses calling your show shitty on the internet, fine. Hearing 3 people who are grown ass adults with like their own opinions calling your show shitty to your fucking face
That's
is
like
cruel.
shitty. That's really cruel.
Fine. Hearing 2 grown ass adults who think your show is shitty and one who's like way too into it. Like, that's weird. I don't want to
Like,
do
here's
that.
my
don't wanna
7-page
do that.
essay on Stelena
God.
with MLA
And
sources
we would-
cited.
So do we want to actually talk about this episode now? Because it starts off with Klaus doing a yeehaw American accent, and it's very good.
It's very good.
It's
I've
so
never felt more
good.
attracted to Joseph Morgan.
Why? Why does the yeehaw accent what does it for you? He already has a cool British accent.
I
No,
don't
is it
know.
British?
That was like,
What does it?
Wait, is his accent actually British?
Yeah, it
he's-
is, I think.
Morgan's
to me,
actually
it sounds.
British.
To me, it sounds Australian. There's
Well,
certain
no,
words.
No.
There's
all of
certain
them
words that he says where it's just like I don't know if that's actually a British accent. So I don't know.
Nah, he British.
He British AF. The other originals are more Australians, like
Yeah.
Daniel
One's a
and
Canadian.
And Phoebe.
Claire, yeah, and then Phoebe's also an Australian. So there's a lot of Australians on this show for some reason.
Why not?
I feel like I'm watching the 100 where like all their actors are Australians putting on English accents for some reason.
The CW
Yeah.
has a great export thing, Tara, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Import on Australian actors. There we go.
Jesus, you really struggled with that one, huh?
I'm just struggling always.
Constantly.
That's fine. You know who else
Yeah.
is struggling? Stefan.
Yeah.
He's
struggling
he's
hard.
in what I think we're gonna call a spooky Stefan phase.
Mm-hmm.
He's a spooky boy. He
I love
doesn't
it.
smile. He just wears all black. He's a spooky Stefan.
Mm-hmm. And he's not having
Yeah.
a good time. He's just
He's not having a good time.
No.
just constantly
This
like
is-
why I don't want to do this, but like I have to, so here we are.
Doesn't want to do it, but gotta do it.
He's not having a good time. However bad of a time we are all collectively having, he's having a bad time too. He's having
He's-
a worse time.
He's
Mhm.
going through it.
I also, okay, so it's in Tennessee. This lady comes out of her house searching for her dog.
Well, this scene was the only 10 I see. Goodbye.
God,
Leave.
please.
You're off of this
Goodbye.
podcast. Season
thank
3,
God.
episode 1, you're done. Goodbye.
First person killed
Josh,
off
stay
the
away.
podcast.
Literally
Finally.
murdered.
Hey, Julie, look, why do you have that knife?
Why are you standing in the corner with a knife, Julie Pleck? Hey, Julie Pleck.
And
are
a
you doing with that
contract and a non-agreement contract. What are you doing?
No, not an NDA. Please, no.
Anyway,
We're so
Uh,
stupid.
but you know what else is stupid is we never know what happens to the dog.
Yeah.
The lady comes out of her
oh my
house
God, that's right.
Conquers yeehaw Klaus, and then we don't know what happens to the dog. What
Well, I
happened to
think
the dog? Did Klaus
found
kill
out-
the dog?
No, Klaus has a heart. Like, he's not
Klaus
that heartless.
definitely murdered that dog to
He
lure the
most
woman out of the
definitely
house.
yeah, he definitely killed that dog. He doesn't have a heart.
Somebody definitely murdered that dog.
He doesn't have a heart.
I
How
don't
He
else
might have
would
a
he
heart, but he straight up murdered that dog.
How else would he get inside, Brian?
He just walks up and says, "Hi, how you doing? Let me in."
No,
Hi,
he's
how
like.
you doing?
Here's the thing about Klaus, right? He has to do everything cleverly, right? So he was like, I want to get inside this house.
Or
And
Klaus just has a new dog.
Now Klaus just has a dog. No, Klaus doesn't have a dog. He's not a dog person. That's a cat motherfucker if I've ever seen one.
But he is a dog, though.
I mean, you're right. That's why he wouldn't get along with other dogs.
Oh, that's true.
he's the
Territory.
alpha.
He's not even either, though, which is the funniest fucking thing.
Yeah, it is.
So Klaus definitely murdered that dog.
No.
Straight up. I think we can all agree that Klaus did murder that dog.
Yes, we can.
I don't
agree on
want to
that.
start keeping sad stats.
Well,
But
today's the day where I stop watching Vampire Diaries because I just learned a dog died. Goodbye.
this is the straw that broke
This
the
is the
camel's
breaking.
back.
Yep, 100%.
It is the dog died. So, hey guys, it's Elena's birthday. In case you didn't realize by the Netflix description or the title of the episode, it's her birthday. It's her 18th birthday.
Never would have known.
At this
And-
point in the show, I think
Mhm.
I was starting to notice how good it looked. You know how good everything looked.
Oh, yeah.
everything
Season
was
3 looks great.
Everything was crisp. They had good lighting for once. And you're like,
Mhm.
everyone looks like really nice.
Yeah.
I will say later on, I think it kind of ruins the quality of the horror scenes.
Mhm.
Because there's something about something looking dark and bad quality that just adds to the horror elements. But overall, show's looking up. They got some more money in the bank.
In the back.
The back.
Yeah, I don't know
Just
what my
threw it in the
brain
back.
did there. I don't know what my brain did there.
Joseph Morgan did his accent. I was like, throw it in the back.
It's such a good bad accent. So Jeremy now has a job at the grill that he really wants to get fired from, which is the most relatable teenage boy mood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And I just love that. Also, Jeremy's hair this season, very nice.
Very good.
It looks good.
Oh, honestly, can I just say everyone except Damon and Alaric's hair looks on point this episode.
Oh, yeah. Damon and Lark this season are tragic.
And for some reason, Damon looks better, but also worse. You know?
His hair in this episode was just like, I don't know what it was, but I was like, dude, are you good?
It was kind of a mullet, right?
Yeah.
Like we can just say that, right? It was
Yeah.
kind of a mullet.
It was.
Not even kind of, just straight up a mullet. It was
Mhm.
bad.
It was really bad.
It was.
His sideburns were way too far down. I'm like, are you okay, buddy? The answer is
He's going
no.
through it.
Caroline calls Elena to talk about her birthday party and also the fact that Caroline's mom has like another lead on Stefan. So they have been kind of
Ooh.
through the summer tracking Stefan through like animal attacks, you know, all the newspapers and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, which should be fun. I'm excited to see where that goes. If it goes anywhere.
It's going to Tennessee, baby.
Yeah.
So we cut over to also Alaric is still staying in the Gilbert house.
As a
Yeah.
courtesy.
Just like vibing,
Why not?
I think.
Yeah, he's just kind of.
I don't think he's vibing.
There.
He was
Vibing.
struggling
He's
with
drunk.
that coffee maker.
Yeah, he's
He's drunk.
like vibing has like a kind of a connotation of like chilling and is like having a good time. I don't think Laric's chilling or having a good time while sleeping on that couch.
No.
That's true.
I
and
wonder how
very
long it's
valid.
been. Because I know this is like the first time Vampire Diaries has ever done a time jump.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm kind of wondering, like, because Elena's birthday's in June. So, technically, they're happening this birthday in June.
Mm-hmm.
So, technically, it's June in the show now. But I'm, like, wondering, how long has it been since, like, everything happened?
Probably months, I would assume.
You're the expert, Brian. You tell me.
Hold on. Let me pull up the fucking wiki.
Well, you said
Hold
that
on.
each season lasts like a semester in school, right?
Yeah, so they're about to enter senior year.
Right.
In this one. Oh my god, the TVD wiki is gone. Found it.
Don't blaspheme like that.
It would be easier to like place time within the show if there were like certain markers of school. Like, oh, it's final season. We didn't
Yeah, I
get
think we
any of
kind of
that.
skipped out. We skipped out like halfway through the second part of junior year, right?
That's what
Like
I
we skipped
thought
out.
because there was
I
no
thought it was
mention
like
of like
spring break or something when
yeah.
that whole thing happened. Like they never mentioned finals or anything. They didn't go to school at all in the back half of that season.
Yeah,
So
because fuck season 3. I mean, not season 3. Jesus Christ, junior year.
honestly, yeah. Junior year sucked. All right? I'm
Yeah.
allowed to say
Yeah,
it.
junior year
I
was
had
the
junior
worst.
year in high school and college, and both of them sucked real bad.
Yeah.
Big fucking mood same.
According to the TVT wiki, as confirmed by Damon in this episode, which I completely missed, it has been 2 months.
All right. That's what I
So,
thought.
yeah,
2
so it's
months.
like been
Okay.
it was like April when like Jenna.
All
Oh
that shit
God, it's only
happened.
been. Oh God,
Mm-hmm.
damn! This show is like very condensed, and I love that.
For now. It's
For
very
now,
condensed for now. Then they just kind of start going all over the place and who fucking knows. But for now, it's condensed.
yeah,
So yeah, it's like June now, right? Elena's birthday's in June.
yes. Elena's
So
a June baby,
Bebe.
baby.
both of you stop talking.
I'm doing a Moira Rose quote, okay? I'm
Oh, her
referencing
birthday's
Moira
June
Rose.
22nd. Her birthday's coming up soon. Good for Elena.
June 22nd. Oh wow, happy early birthday. Wait, is that gonna be when we post our next episode?
I want to
Is
No,
it?
it's
know.
right after. It's the 23rd when we post our next up.
That would have been
That
perfect.
would have been nice.
Damon's taking a bath with champagne at like 9 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And there's a whole
A
shot.
mood.
Okay, also, Andy says some raw ass shit like, I'm not your slave. And like,
Yeah.
they just really did not dive into this at all, huh?
They
Mm-mm.
literally again later it's sorry, I just knocked into my microphone. Later it's mentioned in the episode where slavery is mentioned again where Klaus calls Stefan his indentured servant or like says something
Yeah.
about that,
Yeah, he says indentured, yeah.
and you're just like all right, we're just
This
continuing
is
to say things
uncomfortable.
and we're just not addressing it at all. Coolio.
It
No.
is one of those presents that they are handing to us, and we say, I don't want this. And then they refuse to take it back.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Give us the
exactly.
gift receipt at least, motherfuckers. I
Yeah.
want to take this shit back to Macy's where you got it from. I don't
Mhm.
No,
care.
we only get
This is
we only
not
get
my
store credit.
size. God, store credit. Go fuck yourself. So they have one of these obnoxious sitcom ass shots where Damon gets out of the bathtub and the whole time the camera's moving from like pretty far away, framed perfectly so that you can't see his dick.
Mhm.
It's
And
such a
I'm-
weird energy
It's like
because
why?
that's such a sitcom ass shot, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was. But you know,
No, I don't know, Brian. I don't know.
I
I
still
don't
Explain it to me.
understand. I don't
I
get
don't want
it.
to
Explain it to me,
explain.
Brian.
Because I actually remember, like, when Comic-Con was happening, I think that they showed this scene and only, like, this scene
Oh my god.
at the end of, like, the,
Oh my god. Oh my
at the end of,
god.
like no, hold on. At the end of, like, the teaser reel kind of thing, as, like, see, like, "Hey, season 3 is coming. Here's a
Mhm.
funny scene." Every single mom on that Comic-Con panel, like, audience lost their fucking shit.
Damon just like flashes Elena, which is weird.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
whole episode has some weird energy
It has
to it.
weird vibes all around
Has
it.
weird vibes. I know we as a podcast are very well hydrated, very green. We're having good energy this season.
Mhm.
This episode, what the fuck?
The vibes are rank.
They're just absolutely rancid. So Damon fucking flashes Elena, and then Elena tells him that she has a clue to where Stefan may be. And she hands him the clue, or like the newspaper article of like Memphis, some like animal attack. And Damon's like being a dick for no good reason.
Mhm. Per usual.
He's just
on
like,
brand.
no, we can't go after, like, no, give it up, Elena. And then he goes back to his room and has a big old conspiracy board with Stefan shit on it
Mm-hmm.
because he's just a power hungry dick.
Yeah, I like to call it the Stefan tracking closet.
It's weird that it's like a whole closet.
Yeah, I wonder how much storage space Damon actually has in his bedroom.
Probably a lot, so considering they live in like a mansion.
Very true. But like, it's kind of weird to me that he's like telling Elena, like, no, like you can't look for Stefan, like it's gone, and then all of a sudden he's doing it too. It's like,
It doesn't make
why
any
though?
sense,
Like,
honestly.
involve her. Like, she wants to help. Like, you
And
know, she's capable of holding her own.
and also, didn't we already discuss last season when you tell people, when you don't tell people information that is necessary for them to know, it always ends up in bad things happening? Like, did we not learn that lesson
We
with
absolutely did.
Jenna?
We absolutely did.
Yeah.
So like,
And yet,
it's like characters don't.
Here we are.
It's like characters don't learn the lessons from the last season and continue to make the same mistakes.
Damon doesn't keep
Nah.
things into his head.
Yeah, okay, that
No.
makes more sense.
He doesn't think thoughts.
It all, you know what also could
He
be?
doesn't think thoughts.
I'm not wrong.
You're correct.
You're not wrong. But like, goddamn.
Another thing to consider is that Damon did think the thought, but also remembers that it was only Jenna that died, and Damon only thinks about himself and the people who he actually cares about. So like himself, and then Elena, because he just cares about Elena. So the thought of like, oh yeah, Jenna died because she didn't know all this information. Oh, it doesn't matter though. It's Jenna.
It's just
though.
Jenna.
It's just Jenna.
Yeah, it's
though.
just Jenna.
Let's just keep going.
But also,
worry,
let's
Jenna's fine.
consider that he thought about it. She's not fine. She's dead, Brian.
What? God damn it! Why didn't no one tell me that? Fuck.
Brian is about 3 episodes of. Here's a fun version of Afterbite where Brian is talking about a different episode than the rest of us are. He's about 3
Yeah.
episodes too late. 10 years and 10 episodes too late.
I'm always late. Let's be real here.
That's fair. So have we considered though that Damon did think about telling, Elena, and then he was like, actually, no. I want all of this glory for myself.
Yeah.
I want to hold all the power here.
It most definitely could also be an ego thing. I agree.
It's absolutely an ego thing.
I think it's just like he wants to seem like the hero, like he's the one that finds Stefan and brings him home to Elena.
Yeah, exactly. Ego.
Like it's just kind of one of those things. Because
Yeah.
I really hate to say it, but I think Damon's trying to do this like as a nice gesture, but he's going about it at the wrong way.
Yeah. That's always
story of this fucking show.
Exactly. That's Damon literally all the time.
I've cracked the case.
Thanks for catching up with the rest of us, Brian.
You're welcome.
Jourdann and I have been like, Damon's a dick and he just has a big ego, and Brian's like, nah. And now Brian's like, hey, what if Damon just has a big ego?
Yeah. Listen, you guys, I only walked to gym class. I didn't run. I had asthma.
I have asthma too. Okay? So do I. Okay? And you know what I was told? I can't use my asthma as an excuse.
What?
Oh, I use this excuse all the time.
What?
Brian, why can't you walk? I have asthma. Not because I'm fat or anything, because I have asthma.
That's what my mom told me, actually.
Oh, good thing my mom's a respiratory therapist, so she says you can use that as an excuse.
She's like, you're using your asthma as an excuse to be lazy. You can't do that.
Oh, can we use our asthma excuse of why we hate Damon?
Yeah,
I hate Damon because I have asthma.
Too. I hate Damon because I'm shit, guys. I don't have asthma. Can I just say that I hate Damon?
He took my breath away.
Because I just hate men.
Yeah, that works too.
He took my breath away, and now I just hate him.
So, cut to the Mystic Grill, the first appearance of the grill this season.
Woo woo!
We're in a back stock room with Jeremy, whose hair, by the way, I will say again, looks very nice.
Looks great.
And then Bonnie, who is currently gone right now because she's with her dad's side of the family or something like that.
Why is Bonnie always
she's on
gone?
a summer trip.
Why is Bonnie
Cat
always
Graham
gone?
was busy dropping an album, probably.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, Cat Graham's a
Is
singer.
that why? No, but is that why she was gone here?
I have no idea. Probably not.
Just constantly just not in the season. For
Well, I
why?
think it's because per contract, like I think like her, Candace, and like all the others are like 18 episodes, so they're trying to get like Bonnie not being in episodes out of the way now, so that way they have her for the rest of the season.
Okay. I'll accept that
That's how I
as a
always think about
reason.
it.
No, I thought she was a regular in season. I thought she
No,
was
she
a.
was. It's just like her and Candace, like they only appeared in like 18 episodes per season or something until season 8, which is bullshit.
Why? Oh
I
right.
don't know.
I know why. It's because they like to focus on the love triangle and the love triangle only and don't really care about the other characters.
Oh shit, Bonnie was only in 17 episodes this season. Ugh.
I just
Big yikes. Also, the one problem I have with this scene is that they're having a very crystal clear FaceTime conversation on an Android.
yeah.
How?
Bonnie's just like gone for now.
Yeah.
She's off with her dad's side of the family. Matt is like super aggressive about not having anything to do with Caroline for like no
It
goddamn
doesn't make any
reason.
sense. I thought you broke up with
Yeah.
her, Matt. So what's going on here?
Yeah, Matt. What the fuck, Matt?
Every I'm gonna say it. Everyone in this episode felt really off. It was like, who wrote these characters? It don't make no sense.
Kevin Williamson and Julie Plec wrote this episode, so they wrote them.
Do they not know how the characters work?
No.
Like, like it felt very much. You remember last season, the last episode of last season? It's
It felt
giving
weird.
me
Yeah.
it gave me those weird vibes where you're like, what's going on? Why does everything feel so off?
And it's like it's a really bad season handoff.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
It's just a very weird season handoff.
Like how season
So
1 ended, like they gave
Mhm.
season 2 like a boom, like here's where you're gonna pick up where you left off. Here we go.
Yeah,
But season
and
3 was kind of like, meh.
see the end of season 2 was so bad that when they came back for season 3 to try to kind of come back, I feel like this episode was lackluster. Like I was just like, okay. Like I guess things
Yeah,
are
the
happening.
cliffhanger didn't feel very
The cliffhanger
cliffhangery.
the cliffhanger wasn't good, and I feel like they could have tried to save it this episode by like, I don't know,
Yeah.
doing something interesting. But I was like
No, but
not that
this episode does seem a little off.
yeah.
it's just weird. So Caroline and Tyler are like doing a very like cute best friends thing.
They're best friends.
Are they best friends?
Best
are?
friends?
They
Here
are.
no. Absolutely
Best
not.
friends. They're best friends.
They're like
Nothing
they're
else will ever happen between them. They are best friends.
okay, Brian.
They are
Nothing
best
romantic
friends.
ever.
They just seem like
Nothing
people in
romantic ever.
denial about what's going on around them, all right?
They
Yeah.
absolutely are.
Yeah.
Like 1000%. You are correct. So let's see here. So we cut to a dive bar in Tennessee where Klaus manages to track down a werewolf he was looking for, Ray Sutton, and Stefan's there being spooky Stefan, being like his shitty bodyguard.
Mhm.
Stefan has apparently compelled every single person in the bar to not pay attention while they torture poor Ray,
Which
which
like,
is
how?
hardcore as fuck.
That is
But
awesome.
also, here's my question when that came up. Is that
Mhm.
they're in this dive bar for like at least like a couple hours, right? So
Mhm.
it's like,
Mhm.
is there some type of system put in place so that when every new person comes into this dive bar, they're like not freaking the fuck out?
They probably
Yeah,
just locked the door, honestly.
They put the close sign up saying close for fumigation.
Yeah, they're just like, sorry, private party, y'all.
Uh,
But yeah, no. So Stefan, very powerful boy. He has compelled every single person in this dive bar to not pay attention while they torture poor Ray. And Stefan does something very funny. Stefan does something very funny to me because he orders a scotch on the rocks from the bartender. And then spooky Stefan, who's on a bender, has murdered like 2 people today at least. he takes out his wallet to pay for the drink, which is a very Stefan thing to do.
You know what? He's a good boy.
It
He
just
probably
makes
even
me
tipped
laugh
too.
really hard. Like he's
He
just
probably even
like,
tipped like more than 15%. Like, let's be real here.
It
he
kind of
definitely did.
it kind of like builds on character a little bit, because even though Stefan has fully gone like spooky Stefan, there's still a little bit of good boy Stefan in there.
And he takes out his wallet to pay for the drink that he uses to torture a werewolf.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he's a good
Iconic,
lad.
amazing, never the same.
It's just such a good little character moment that makes me
Mhm.
smile.
Yeah.
So back at the yeehaw house, as we shall call it, Alaric and Damon are investigating. They find two women who are like propped up like dolls, and as Damon sort of shakes one of them, her head just falls completely off.
That was so gross.
So
Yeah.
Stefan is a ripper, right? And he tears these people apart, and then he feels bad about it and puts them back together.
Another
I mean,
great character moment.
It honestly
he
is.
pays for his drinks and puts the bodies back together. I mean, what more could you want from a man?
Honestly. Like, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Sure, he might like try to kill you, whatever, but at least
He's gonna pay
pays.
You
for
know
the
what?
drinks.
He's gonna.
So as they're investigating the house, they find a little werewolf dungeon. So these two ladies,
Uh-oh.
or at least kind of were werewolves, or adjacent to werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
Werewolf adjacent.
They weren't actually werewolves.
No, I don't think they were. Otherwise, Klaus would have used them for his
exactly.
diabolical plans.
So they needed to find Ray, who must have been like a brother or like a husband or something.
Yeah.
To for his evil plan. So that's just wild, and we're gonna be coming back to that poor werewolf Ray Sutton time and time again here, as things just get way worse for him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we go back though to the Salvatore house, where they are setting up for Elena's birthday party. Tyler keeps like saying things that he probably should not know, but Caroline tells him everything already, so
Yeah.
love that for them.
Mhm.
I love that because they're besties.
Yeah.
Caroline has this
Sure.
great line. She has this great line of, just because I tell you things doesn't mean you can know them. Which is the
I
most
love it.
Caroline Forbes-ass line I have heard.
Amazing, wonderful.
Because you know Caroline will
she like
get
blabs
secrets and
to
then tell them to you.
everyone.
Exactly.
But like, she's like, even if I tell you something, that's between us.
You're not allowed to know it. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's between you, me, and God. And also all these other people I've told.
And also the person who it came from.
Exactly. So Tyler's just also this episode, he just does some cute stuff. Like he just does cute shrugs.
He's like-
Cute shrugs? Jesus, who am I? Am I
Shrug
straight?
it.
Am I
No.
straight?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not, but like he's doing some cute stuff this
Oof.
episode so far.
I will say, Tyler, this episode, sometimes Tyler is a dick, but this episode, Tyler, you're not a dick, and I kind of like you more. So
Oh, I love Tyler this season. He's one of my
Good
favorite. Well,
job.
until
He's getting very likable.
yeah, until later, but we'll come back to that.
He's getting very likable right now.
He is.
Which I
He's a grown-up boy
love.
now.
He is. He's also better because, Caroline's there.
You know,
They balance each
Caroline
other
makes
out
his-
really nicely.
Caroline makes everyone's life better.
Yep.
Fact.
She really does.
His bestie, Caroline Forbes.
His bestie, BFF.
Why are we still pushing this agenda when we all know what happened here?
This is the gay
Because it's
agenda. They're
fun.
besties. Sisterhood is magic.
Wait. I could see it. Yeah.
Honestly,
Lesbian
Yeah.
relationship? Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler's a lesbian, confirmed.
Honestly, yeah.
sure,
Tyler,
man.
where's that U-Haul? We need to know.
Also, they reveal in the most teenager ass line they've said on this show is just, I'm
Yes.
horny all the time. We know
Yes.
we're teenagers.
I remember watching this. This was like my senior year of high school, and like when like, of course, like when everything's like when you start to figure out who you are. This was like hilarious to me as like a teenager. I was like, ha ha, they're horny. I'm like, now I'm just like, yeah, they're horny. Get over it.
It's just the most teenager ass bullshit on this. It's just so good.
But I thought that line was like so scandalous for the CW. I was like, ooh, horny. Oh, and then meanwhile, Game of Thrones is like tits out and dragons. Like,
A very different network and a
exactly.
vastly different show.
Exactly. But you know what? Tits out and dragons, Vampire Diaries. Hit me up. You can do that. We already got dragons.
And we practically have the tits, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
just saying. If we could cobble something together. So back at the dive bar, Stefan is playing darts with Ray. He's just dunking darts into the Wolfsbane Scotch solution and throwing them at Ray, which for me is very like peak TVD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like this is what I think of. This scene with Stefan playing darts with a werewolf is what I think of when I think like peak TVD, because like it's so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like
it's awesome though at the same time. Like that's kind of cool and like because I've never seen anything like that on television before. Like
it's ridiculous, but so dope.
I think it's like
Yeah.
very creative. You know?
Exactly.
yeah, whoever came up with that,
Good job.
small clap. Good for you.
So there they kind of reveal. Let's see here. There they reveal that Klaus knows that Damon is on their tail,
Mhm.
and Stefan is the one who is going to go deal with it. So that can
That's
only
gonna
turn
end.
out well.
That's gonna end up so well. Brotherly reunions.
Yeah,
We all know how
brothers, you
those
know?
goes.
You know,
Yep.
brothers.
Hello, brother. Here we go. Season 1. Here we go. We all
We're
know how
coming
that
back
ended.
to it now.
That
So
ended pretty well.
then we go back to the Salvatore house for like a
Yay!
while.
Thank God they're
This
finally using that
entire
set.
scene is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's amazing. We should talk
Wow.
in depth about it.
What?
What? Okay.
What?
This
This
scene,
like this.
The Damon and Elena scene? Are we
no,
thinking
not
of
the
the same
Damon.
scene?
Oh wait, no.
Okay. I
not the
was
Damon.
like,
Okay.
It's like
Jordan,
later.
okay.
No, it's later on. I'm talking about like after this scene.
I was like, is
Okay.
Jordan okay? Like,
No,
is
I'm
she
okay.
like? I was like, what kind of drugs is she on, and can I have
like-
some?
Who are you right now, Jourdann?
No, I'm talking
I
about
will
after
admit-
this scene.
Okay.
After this scene.
Okay.
I
So
will
let's talk
admit,
about
though-
this Delena scene
Yeah.
just to like get it out of the way. Is
Yeah.
Damon gives Elena her necklace that was a gift originally from Stefan. And it's the whole thing is underlaid with the most annoyingly romantic music possible. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna be setting them up as like a slow burn, don't fucking play that shit.
They're really pushing
Yeah.
the agenda, huh?
They
They're pushing
really
the Delena
are.
agenda.
They really
But
are.
I will admit, though, I will say, Jordan, please remember, this scene is going to be a secret mouse tool we will use for later.
I'm gonna have to remember this.
Unfortunately.
I just block these
Unfortunately,
scenes
you
out
will.
of my mind. Like I
No,
don't even
you
pay
gotta
attention to
remember
these
that-
scenes.
I will say, though, this is actually one of my favorite Delena scenes because it's
I-
short, sweet, and to the point.
It was kind of cute, but I still will continue to block it out of my mind until I
Don't
need
worry,
it for
you still
later.
got 3 more seasons before it becomes relevant again, but just remember, and for people listening, this is a secret mouse tool we will use for later. And oh boy, I will hate this mouse tool for later.
Okay.
I hate that I have to remember this scene. So after that, Caroline had been telling Elena all day that it was going to be like a small get together. It's
Uh-huh.
not. It's a full ass kegger.
And this is
Like
where
straight up.
and this is the scene. This is the series of events that I need to talk about in depth about. This
Okay.
this beautiful scene. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
lay it on me.
This scene screams, I'm in 2012 at a party so badly. You know? It's like early 2010s. I'm a teenager at a party. And to remind you, I was a teenager, but I was not going to parties, so this was the type of media I would consume and like pretend I was like you know, at those like parties that never existed for me. And like it's just everything, like the lighting, the clothes, the music. It just screams early 2010s media, and that's my favorite stuff to watch. You know? Cuz it feels like such like a cultural like moment.
Mhm. It is.
I just love
It's a
it. I
lovely
love
little
it.
cultural time capsule of just early 2010s teen parties. You know, like 2012
Mhm.
teen party is just like encapsulated here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's such a lovely little cultural time capsule.
I love it so
Yeah, it's
much.
nice.
Uh, so here we go. You know, Matt and Jeremy are sharing a joint. Love
Why
that.
not?
Matt draws his line in the sand. Everything else can exist. Ghosts, though, no.
And you're just like,
Nope.
Ghosts cannot exist.
Matt, um, I'm gonna need you to widen your worldview for like for a second.
Matt, here's the thing. Matt Donovan is one of those straight guys who doesn't realize that gay people exist until he has a gay friend.
Yeah. Okay.
You're asking Matt Donovan to think about things that, like, ghosts? The boy doesn't even know, like, what a mortgage is, even though he's paying one. Like, you
Mhm.
want him to think about ghosts?
Yeah.
He has drawn his line in the sand.
Yeah.
Ghosts do not exist.
Listen.
He's like, I'm done with this. I hate it. I hate this town, but he can't leave because he's poor.
Oh, poor Matt. That kind of hurts a little.
Literally.
Ouch.
Yikes.
Also, how has Matt been staying in his house? I feel like we talk about this every time it
We
pops up,
do.
but like he says that he makes house payments. Do you?
With
He pays
with
bills.
with like your waiter bills, like the bills you get as with the money you get
As a
as a waiter.
part-time waiter?
You don't want to know what Matt does after 3 p.m. a.m. 3
Okay.
p.m. He's
He's just getting out of school.
yeah, he's just getting out of school, going to work.
Like that doesn't make sense, Mystic Falls, but okay.
You know what? The property values are so low, maybe he can pay it.
But
Honestly,
that much? Honestly, yeah.
like a house though, like a house.
I think he has like a trailer.
No, he has a full ass house though.
Oh, he does? Oh, I thought it was like one of
Yeah.
those like in the ghetto. Like in the
No,
one of those
he
like
has a
No,
full
he
ass
has a
house.
house.
We've been.
Oh.
We've
You're
been
the
to his
Vampire
house.
Diaries stan.
Oh.
Also, we've been
We've
to
been
his
to his house
house.
multiple times.
Remember how I said it was going to be less stupid on this podcast about like 20 minutes ago? Yeah, no, that didn't hold up.
We've been to his house multiple times.
Multiple times.
It's been a while.
No, it hasn't. It has not been a while.
When was the
Brian,
last
you
episode?
remember some things from 2011 pop culture like they were yesterday? You cannot tell me that you did not remember that Matt Donovan just lives in his house.
Well, I know he lives in his house, but like I thought it was like more like a tiny house, like not like a full blown like mansion like Elena has. Not a mansion, like house that Elena has.
A house is a house, bro.
I know.
There's at least 2 bedrooms because there's at least 2 bedrooms. He mentioned.
Oh yeah, because him and
he
Vicky.
mentioned that before. Yeah. No. I was actually thinking. He mentioned that his mom had taken one room and then he took the other one. So there's at
Oh.
least 2, probably more bedrooms.
It's like not a mansion, but it's like a house.
It's like
Yeah.
a house.
Okay then, never mind.
I love saying the word house because like you get it.
But
you
also
know
that
what a
makes
house
no
is, but it also
grammatically
makes no goddamn sense. Back at the fucking we got way off topic here. Elena is asking
Yeah.
Alaric to talk to Jeremy about like his smoking habits, and she was like, "Listen, he looks up to you. Can you just talk to him about it?" And Alaric's
Yeah.
like, "Actually, I do not want to be a parent."
Yeah, it's
Which
great.
I think that's the
You've
entire
been
revelation.
that, bud.
I think that's the entire revelation he's had over the 2 months of sleeping on the couch. He's like, actually, I don't want to be here. Sorry.
I do
Yeah.
not wish to be responsible for anybody right now. So he's like, yeet.
I still think one of my favorite things that he says is like, we're bad chaperones, and I was like, yeah, well, yeah.
Why are there chaperones? If
think it
you
was
knew
more like
it was
a-
going to be
a
like
joke.
this,
I think it was more like
That's
a
fair.
joke, but like it's so funny that they acknowledge it at least.
But also very true, yeah. So we go to a new place that we haven't seen before. We go
Mm.
to the
A
news
new set?
station.
That
It's
budget.
a new set. It's a new set, but it's just their soundstage.
Oh.
It's just their fucking soundstage, straight up. But we go to the news station. We see. Oh wait, no, I do have to talk about one thing here.
Mhm.
Wait, never mind. It doesn't happen here. It happens later. Never mind.
Okay.
So listen, there's a line that Alaric says that really fucking reads Damon to filth.
Oh.
So at the news station, Andy is the last one to like leave the station. She gets there early. She stays late. She's a great dedicated news anchor. Somebody turns on one of the big spotlights, one of the big floodlights,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
And she just like tries to like step to the side out of the way of the light, and then the light moves, and she's like, "Oh, what the fuck? This is bullshit," and she just leaves. She goes into this is the horror movie sequence for this episode.
Mhm.
Andy tries to leave. She does, however, like everybody in a horror movie does, trips and
Trips and
falls.
falls. Trips and falls.
God damn it, Andy.
I know.
We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
I know. She gets up and she is confronted by Stefan.
Yay,
And
he's back.
she's like super jazzed to see him. She's like, "Hey Stefan, oh my god, we've been looking for you." And then Stefan just keeps staring.
Mhm.
And then she realizes that maybe this isn't Stefan after all.
Yeah.
This is just spooky Stefan.
Yeah. And
And his
and
eyes do the weird vampire thing,
and then
and
it
it gets
cuts.
bad, baby.
So this is what this scene, which was like an okay horror scene, would have been much better in shitty quality. It just does not.
Really?
I
Really?
I personally think that if it was in a shittier like I personally am a as a person who like doesn't really consume horror, but when they do consume horror, I like prefer for it to be in a shitty quality because then it kind of enhances the like I don't know how to explain it, like the possibility that this could kind of be real, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
Or like there's something underneath that I can't like see that's kind of scary seeping underneath, right?
Okay.
I feel
Okay.
like the HD quality kind of erases that a little bit. And like this for example, like the parts where like Andy like falls down, like and I can see kind of her full face. I kind of want more like shadows in there, you know? Like I want it to be more scary. It wasn't as scary to me, especially because I already knew Stefan was there, you know? And I already knew
Yeah.
he was there to basically kill her. So for me it being like I'm thinking of like if you remember the scene from last season where we had what was his name, Brady, was that his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was with Stefan, Brady and Elena in that house, you know? It was like very dark and very scary, and like it was just Brady walking around with that knife for a good portion of it, but I was still kind of like a little bit scared for Elena, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there were all those shadows and it was kind of like it was like low res quality. While with this is like very like HD, so it's kind of hard to like get into that horror kind of scariness. I feel like if you're gonna have it that clean and that crisp, but then you're gonna kind of have to up the horror factor to something with more like special effects skill, if that makes sense.
Well, that makes
That
sense.
yeah, that tracks. I'm also not a very big horror person, but when I do watch horror, I love like shitty old like B slasher movies.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
really old ones that are so ridiculous and gory that they're so bad. They're so, horrible, they're funny.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
Hmm.
And I'm much more into I mean, I also just like old B movies like to begin with. I love old shitty movies. They're my
Hmm.
favorites.
Yeah.
Just like cuz they're just garbage and fun to laugh at.
Yeah.
And this season, now that we don't have garbage quality that's fun to laugh at, we have to find other things to laugh at and they're not
Yeah.
giving us a lot.
Yeah.
They're really not giving us a lot besides some characters that have seemingly done some weird 180s.
Yeah.
So, uh, Andy's in some trouble. So back at the Salvatore house,
Yay!
Caroline is very jealous of Tyler's date, Sophie.
Mm-hmm.
Slutty Sophie, which is also very 2012 teen movie-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
calling
Yeah.
a girl Slutty Sophie. Slut shaming's not cool, folks. Be a
It's
slut
not.
if you want to.
Exactly.
But she is very jealous, and Matt comes up and being like, yo, what the fuck? I thought you were dating Tyler. And Caroline's like, hey, what the fuck? Can you maybe like chill the fuck out a little bit, Matt? Like a little bit. And that's like, actually, no. And just leaves.
Caroline just is not taking anyone's shit this episode.
She's not fucking having it.
No,
She's like,
she's
"I'm
just
done."
drunk.
Not fucking having it. So Tyler comes up with Sophie. Caroline just compels Sophie to just fucking leave, which
love
is
that.
very just
It's
very
bestie move.
bitchy, and I love it. Just
Honestly,
bestie things, getting so jealous of my bestie's significant other.
honestly,
Yeah.
you're right. I didn't even realize it, but this is like the bitchier kind of side of Caroline coming out. And
This is season 1, Caroline.
yeah, this is most definitely season 1 Caroline, and it kind of reminds
Uh-huh.
me of like how when they say when you become a vampire, like certain part, like you, all of yourself becomes like amplified. This is kind of like,
Mhm.
oh, like sure, the nice sides of Caroline are being amplified, but there's some really mean sides underneath there that still exist too.
Oh god, Caroline could chew out a bitch if she wanted to, but she
Yeah.
holds back.
She's so good and so just I love her. Okay.
Great character, great
Um,
character.
Great character. One of the best to come out of early TVD, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damon gets a text to pick up Andy, and Alaric says the line, and I'm quoting him here: "Your fake compelled girlfriend wants you to be a chivalrous boyfriend."
Yes,
He
yes,
reads
yes,
Damon
yes,
to
yes,
fucking filth.
that
Just
I love it.
drags the man.
that line. Oh,
It's so good.
yeah. And
Just yeah, man.
and then Damon is kind of like it's a little more complicated than that, and I'm just like, Damon, is it more
It's not.
complicated
No,
than
it's
that? I
not.
don't think so.
It's not.
Damon wants to think he has, Damon wants to think he is an onion with layers. But he's not.
He's not.
He is not an ogre.
He's not a fucking
This
onion.
is not your swamp.
Just
I'm
that
sorry.
line is so good.
Very good.
It really
It's
is.
so great. So Damon leaves. Elena walks in on Caroline having a little sneaky snack, little blood bag in Damon's room, and Caroline's like, "You should just move on from things." Which
Yep.
she has depression. Can you give her a break?
Yeah. Yeah.
She has just straight up depression.
Yeah.
Like the year that Elena has been through, like it's kind of hard to move through things. Like let's go to the list of what happened to Elena. She lost her parents.
Uh-huh.
Like has a vampire boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
Oh god. He has a homicidal vampire brother. They
Uh-huh.
opened a tomb full of 1864 vampires.
Uh-huh.
Found out that she was adopted and that her parents weren't real and that her real parents didn't want her really.
Uh-huh.
What else happened?
Turns out her parents is actually her uncle and another vampire.
Yeah, that's another thing. And her oh god, yeah.
Her
and then,
aunt dies.
Oh yeah, Jenna dies. Her brother almost dies multiple times.
Caroline almost dies. Her best friend, like
Bonnie
straight up, her
almost
best friend
died.
Bonnie and Caroline almost died at least once or twice.
Yeah, and then oh god, Jeremy, she had to watch her own brother get his neck snapped right in front of her. What else happened there?
Her brother tried to commit suicide.
Oh yeah, that's true, he did. Oh, and then she had to deal with her evil doppelganger, which was also fun. And then she was sacrificed on an altar of blood. So you know what? It's gonna be kind of hard to move on, Caroline.
She's having a real bad time.
And I don't think it's going to get better for her anytime soon.
No, because
It
the
is
funny
not.
thing is, Elena's parents, like, it's actually been a full year since, like, all this shit has happened to Elena, basically. Because her parents died in May, and now her birthday's in June. It's been a year now, and it's like, oh god,
They said this girl went through some trauma. Let's put her through some more.
why not?
Just like let her have depression for a bit.
Yep.
Like, make her go to therapy, make sure she eats and showers every day, but like, let her have depression. Let her be sad.
Let her be sad.
I know.
Hashtag let Elena be sad 2020.
Let Elena be sad 2020. Although I think overall the season, the series ends very well for her, actually. So
Okay.
It does.
So Elena goes to just like storm out of the room, but she discovers Damon's conspiracy board, where he has been tracking every single lead that they give him to find Stefan. Great job, Damon. Real good job hiding that.
Yeah.
Especially with a bunch of dumbass teenagers in your house. Way to like not even fully close the fucking door.
Yeah, you would think.
No, I wouldn't
Bro.
actually.
Now, actually, wait.
This
Damon thinks
is the motherfucker
doesn't
who
think.
put some moonstone in like
The
a
soap
soap
dish.
dish.
Dish, I forgot about that. Ah,
So,
classic.
I'm not surprised.
Actually, on brand, if you ask me.
Really on brand.
He just forgot to shut it all the way.
Exactly. So, speaking of this fucking dumbass, Damon goes into the news station looking for Andy, but he can't seem to find her. He finds her purse on the ground, which is weird. And
Yeah, totally normal.
he looks up to see Spooky Stefan, who hits him with that "Hello, brother."
Yes! Yes! It's my favorite little callback. It's my favorite little gimmick the show does. I love it.
It does it so goddamn much.
It does, but I love
At
it.
least once per season.
They have to, it's like legally in the contract.
Fucking seems like it. Straight up. Stefan says that he doesn't want to be saved and everybody should just like let him go. Damon's like, nah man, birthday girl wants you back though. And Stefan reveals that he has compelled Andy and that she is right up on the top of the catwalk, but can't move. And so shout
This
out
is
to
gonna
this
end
actress.
well.
She looks genuinely scared during this whole scene. She does
Yeah.
a really good job working with like not her body, just her face. Love
Yeah.
it. Good job, girl. Good job. What's your name?
I'll get it.
It is Dawn Oliveri.
Ooh.
Good for you, Dawn.
Good for you, Dawn. You got a fun name, Dawn.
I hope you stay around for the rest of the season. It's going to be fun.
And then she steps forward off of the catwalk at Stefan's request and dies.
Oh. This just got awkward.
Yeek, yeek, yeek. Yikes. So
Stefan has made it clear.
Andy's dead.
Leave him alone.
Yep.
Stefan has put up a "No Damon Allowed" sign right in front of him. He is not one to be fucked with.
Exactly.
Basically.
So again, we go to another very long scene here at the Salvatore house. Jeremy and Matt are trying to get home from the party. Matt can't find his truck, and so Jeremy's like, maybe you shouldn't fucking drive, bud.
To think
Wait.
that Matt becomes the sheriff.
Wait.
Oh my god, he does!
But
Oh!
also, wait. Do you guys remember that commercial for Legacies?
The smoking one? Oh god, they had so many scenes where they could have used for smoking, but they went for the one with the giant troll. Like, of all scenes.
So just combine those two thoughts together into what we have. Like, think about that while also thinking about those two things.
Vampire
I feel
Diaries
like-
said no drinking and driving. Legacy says no smoking. But, you know.
That's fine. So we love the CW doing their part to keep us all safe and healthy, even though they as a network have done fucking nothing to keep their actors and cast and staff safe from online harassment.
Uh-huh.
We see you.
Coronavirus. Oh.
Literally everything else, Brian. Literally everything else.
I thought that's where that was going, and I forgot about that part.
You forgot about the whole dumbass, like, hey guys, we've seen the harassment going on for so
I
many
blocked
years.
it out. I
But
was
right
just like,
now, just now, today, we are gonna stop that. Like,
Fucking-
y'all have seen that for so goddamn long, and you were like, today, actually, no.
Not
Shut the fuck
anymore.
up. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, hey, we do that too, but at least we don't actively employ Matt Davis. So, like, we also block racists, but we also don't pay racists either. So, I mean, you gotta really you gotta figure out what's important to you, CW, and get your shit together.
I love you, but you got a lot of growing to do, CW.
Oh my god, so much.
It's an abusive relationship.
It really is.
Every
Wait,
time I
Dark
think I'm
Home
free,
Syndrome.
every time I think Vampire Diaries is over, they're like, no, spin off.
Everyone who watches the Vampire Diaries, no, Legacies currently, and like watch the Vampire Diaries, I like 100% believe you all have Stockholm syndrome.
Jeremy offers to drive him home. In the passenger seat of Jeremy's car, though, is Vicky.
Yay!
I think that
And
was a
she's
cool move for
like
them
pleading
to do.
for his help.
I think that was
Yep.
a cool move to do because also forgot that Vicky and Matt were
Anna, we're
siblings.
back. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot that they were back also. But also that they were siblings. Yeah, like they waited a while into the episode to like bring this one back around.
So like
No, they
them,
did,
40
and
minutes
they
in.
did earlier. We just kind of skipped over because it was kind of like a quick little moment.
Yeah, it wasn't haunting in a fucking back room. It was just the lights being wonky.
Yeah.
but like I think that that's so cool that they decided to bring her back then when Matt was in the car, because then it also just reminds us that they're siblings, and that's like another thing you have to think about throughout the show
Yeah.
now, which I think is
God, no,
cool.
I'm sad again.
Oh
They were
Poor Matt.
siblings.
yeah, poor
Mm.
Matt. Matt's been through a lot too,
He's fine, though. He can handle it.
I guess.
And as like they kind of turn on the car, Anna is in the headlights just for
Mhm.
Jeremy though.
Yeah.
And Jeremy's like, actually, we should just walk home. Which is very good.
Honestly, after
Mood.
like them both getting high, that's probably was the best move for both of them.
The best
Yeah.
move they made all night, honestly.
Yeah.
So back inside the party, Caroline's on a fucking warpath. And Tyler's like, why don't you want me to date? Like, if you just tell me not to date, I won't. Like, why do you not want me to date? She's like, fuck you. And then kisses him. And then they just decide to leave.
Yes.
Yep. The one thing I did love about this scene, like how they entered into the scene, Caroline just picked up that dude and goes, "Excuse me," and just picks him up and plops him somewhere else.
That little scene there, just I feel like Caroline, just like all the things she does this episode, is like very funny. You know.
Mm.
She's
also-
the comedy of this episode. It's real good.
Yeah.
And I really loved how, like, when Damon comes in, she just hands him his drink and
Yeah.
she goes, "You miss cake," and then just leaves.
Like those small like little comedic things are kind of part of what made the episode for me, because those were like really funny. They were small but funny.
Yeah, true. So Damon goes back up to his room to find Elena with all of his leads on Stefan. Elena's fucking, admittedly, rightfully so, pissed because, you know, she was doing all this fucking work. And now Damon's just like, he's gone. He's not coming back in your lifetime.
Yep. Which kind of
I think
stings,
is
though.
It's also a good line because, like, he's not coming back in your lifetime. I
Yeah.
will be around to see him come back eventually. You, though, will be dead.
Yeah.
Which,
That's
yikes.
wild.
It stings, though, but, like, this is actually one of, like, my favorite, like, again, like, a favorite Damon scene, because it's, like, again, he did lose Andy, and I'm like, it sucks for him, but, like, he is playing that pouty little boy, but, like, at the same time, he just kind of saw his brother, like, for the first time, like, in a long time, be this evil, seductive, basically be him, and he was like, oh, shit.
Will
don't
this
know.
cause him to change his attitude at all? Never.
Maybe. Oh.
You can dream.
I
but-
dream hard.
I know you do. So We go to the Gilbert house where Jeremy and Matt share a bowl of ice cream because they're just
They're
some
besties.
boys.
There's
They're just
two
some boys.
they're just two bros hanging out,
Brotherhood is magic.
eating some ice cream.
Just bros, man. So
Two bros.
chilling with some ice cream, 5 feet apart because they're not
Because they're
gay.
social distancing. Oh.
This is 2012. We didn't know social distance back then.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So Matt's still like, hey, did something weird happen in the car where you said Vicky's name? And Jamie's like, nah. Matt's like, okay, anyway, I'm going to take this ice cream as I walk home, which I love.
Yeah. But he does tell Matt that he is seeing things, though, I think.
Yeah, he does tell Matt. He doesn't tell him what he is seeing, but he's seeing things.
He also doesn't tell Bonnie, which is, the one person you should probably tell.
Exactly. Teenage boys are dumb.
Yeah.
So we go back to the dive bar where poor little werewolf Ray is tied up to a pool table. Klaus feeds him his blood and then snaps his neck. It's not even a BDSM thing.
No, it's just Klaus is a dick and he's like, okay, boop boop.
So Stefan comes back and Klaus is like, I knew you'd come back. But remember, I know you're still feeling things. Stop. As you drink more blood, you'll stop. So
that it's like shivering, like, to hear that from Klaus, like, because of course Klaus has been around for a while, but like to hear him saying it to Stefan, it's like, oh god, what if we lose Stefan, like the Stefan we all know and love, and he's just gone. So it's scary.
Yeah.
To me.
Stefan's a spooky boy now. There's a lot going on here. So we go to like a whole montage scene.
I think the montage is really good.
This is one of my favorite songs Vampire Diaries has ever done.
I thought you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say that.
I love this song. It's actually on my iTunes. I still listen to it to this day, 10 years later.
There's like a lot of songs like that this entire episode. Like there's like, I don't remember what the band is by, but there's like this Tumblr 2012 song on there that got really popular on Tumblr that's in there. There's an Ingrid Michaelson song in the first like scene. And then
season 3, it just slaps with the music.
And then we have a drop in the ocean playing. It's like, wow, this
really. But you also have Cobra Starship.
Oh yeah.
We should remember that. You also have Cobra fucking Starship in here. I think it's Cobra Starship. Yeah, it absolutely is. Because when, hey, spoiler alert, Caroline and Tyler do the thing, they do it to a Cobra Starship soundtrack.
Yeah.
I get there's some dramatic ass, like, fucking 2012 Tumblr ass music, but also there's Cobra Starship.
Yeah.
So I love that. So yeah, Alaric is finally packing up the house. He says that he's not sure he should be staying here. He says the line, "You're 18, you can do this all now without me."
That got me so heated. That got me so heated.
Yeah.
She's 18!
You just turned 18, my dude. Just turned 18.
What is different today from yesterday that she's finally an adult who can do this stuff? Like,
Elena's now legally allowed to vote.
That is, well, actually, yeah, sure, okay.
I was going to say, B, if you did not get that reference, I was going to be really sad.
But no, I mean, I did.
Okay.
A reference to the U.S. political system? Hey, hold up.
Scooby-Doo. No, to Scooby-Doo. You don't remember that?
Brian, what?
Now B is searching her brain for a Scooby-Doo reference.
Hold on. It's stupid, but I was like, it's funny.
See, here's the thing, Brian, is when you say 18, now legally allowed to vote, I genuinely took that in that moment as you forgot the word vote. And so that's what I thought. I didn't think this dumb shit Scooby-Doo meme from What's New Scooby-Doo The one with the fucking Blink 182 theme song from 2008, I think.
Yeah,
Didn't think this
probably.
fucking meme. Jesus Christ. Brian, I hate you sometimes.
Listen, I tried.
Please tell me you got that reference to the US political system?
I
Brian!
thought I was being funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Aren't you happy you have me here?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
The return on investment is minimal.
It's a 1% interest rate.
God damn it.
So anyway, Elena can legally vote now, so that's great. She can now vote
Elena
for a
can
mayor.
legally vote, and
Does that mean that
also
she's able to take care of herself in Germany and that she's in a good state of mind for you to be leaving her on her own?
Oh shit, she's technically Jeremy's legal guardian now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
After just losing her aunt 2 months prior, she now has to
She's got
take
this.
care of her well, not technically her adopted brother, you know?
Her brother.
Her brother.
Her brother. They're cousins. Her brother cousin. Oh god, that just sounds wrong. Anyway.
It's just wild to me.
Yeah. It's wild that
Yeah.
Alaric says the line, "You're 18, you can do this all now without me." Dude, I didn't know how to do taxes when I was 18.
I didn't know how to do anything when I was 18.
I didn't even know how to drive when I was 18.
Me neither.
Oh.
That's called I still haven't got my license yet.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
have my
problem
license.
my
I learned how
mom
to drive
keeps
at
talking to me about.
You really should get your license. It's good to have just in general.
Yeah, that's what my mom
Just in case
said.
you want to run from the cops.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I learned how to drive when I was like 14 because you can get a learner's permit in Iowa if you live more than 3 miles from school. That's on farm kid bullshit. Hell yeah. Let's go back to this fucking episode, though. We're almost done. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So Caroline and Tyler bang it out to Cobra Starship. Love that for them. Damon goes and like destroys Stefan's bedroom
He has
because
a temper tantrum.
he really
But
does
he
have a
doesn't
temper
destroy
tantrum.
the guitar. He's
That's
smart
important.
and doesn't destroy the
That's
guitar. Yep.
important.
Because Stefan still needs to play Wonderwall.
He needs to be that guy at a party just one last time.
Yep.
So David really has a fucking temper tantrum here for no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
Back in the dive bar, Stefan sort of like leaves the bar, pulls out his phone, dials a number. Elena's phone rings. Paul Wesley's so good at this.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything,
Mm-mm.
but Elena
No.
knows.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're gonna be okay." And she tells him that she loves him and that he needs to hold on to that and never let that go.
That scene.
One of the best.
Paul Wesley is
I'm
so
actually
good.
crying now. Holy shit.
Paul Wesley's
it's
so
one
good.
It's one of the best Vampire Diaries scenes, and I remember watching this live and crying because how much I loved that little like, ugh.
And
Because
like,
this season's the best for the love triangle, and I will say like this gave me hope that Stefan and Elena would end up together again.
and like, this kind of reminded me of like season 1, episode 1, I think, where they had like the whole like reading of the diaries overlapping with one another, and I hated that so much.
Oh,
We haven't had a Dear Diary in a while,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, I know.
Yeah, they cut that out.
But
Thank
this
God.
They like
kind of
admitted they were like, it's stupid.
yeah, exactly. And it kind of reminded me of this entire all this like this montage, just because that was also a montage, but also like this was like such a better version of that, where like
Yeah.
you kind of had two people speaking to one another, right? But it was
Yeah.
in like a more cool and interesting way. And it revealed so much more about the characters, and so much more like emotion behind just like writing something down in a diary.
Yeah.
And like that just I guess that kind of just shows how the show has kind of developed past that, which is nice.
Yeah. And the one thing I love is that just Elena knew it was Stefan. Like, she didn't go, hey, who is this? Like, she's just like, Stefan? Like, what if it was a
Immediately.
telemarketer and she's like declaring her love to a telemarketer?
Wait, someone needs to make that
Whoa.
edit with the State Farm guy.
And it will not be us to make it.
Please, someone, if you're listening to this podcast, actually, you know what? I will make it. I'll make it as promo for this episode. I'll make it tonight.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
What are you wearing?
perfect.
What are you wearing? Khakis?
I love you. Hold on to that. Never let that go. Who are you talking to? Jake from State Farm?
Jake from State Farm. I love it here.
It's gonna be so good.
And that's the end of the
thinking about
episode.
it.
Yay!
That's not the end.
That's not the end.
What? That's not how they end it? That's not the cliffhanger? Dang it.
Nope. Back at the Lockwood Mansion.
Where?
At the Lockwood Mansion, you stupid fucking idiot!
I meant to say, what? And my brain said where, and I'm so tired.
I just told you where.
Oh my god! I'm really living up to my my resolution for season 3. No stupidity. Organization out the window already. And it's episode 1 of season 3. Oh god. Anyway, Elena's legally allowed to vote now.
I'm crying real tears from my eyes.
I know that Selena scene hit me hard too. Don't worry.
Shut up, Brian. You suck.
Worst part is I'm unintentionally not trying to be stupid. Wait.
So you're trying
I don't know
to
what
be
I just said.
stupid?
I'm not trying to be stupid. This is just who I am.
Brian, I'm gonna say where this scene takes place, okay?
Okay, where does it take place? Because I really need to know.
Takes place at the Lockwood Mansion, okay?
Oh, fucking shit, really?
Are you with me so far?
I'm with
we are
you.
at the Lockwood Mansion.
Great.
Oh my god, why am I still crying? So Caroline's trying to sneak out. God damn it!
We really ruined the dramatics of this ending. Jesus Christ.
It's a good
Such a
ending,
good
too.
ending scene too.
I don't know where I am
Real
anymore.
human. You know where we are right now, Brian? We're at the Lockwood Mansion, okay? Are you with me?
I love that house.
Caroline is trying to sneak out after her little romp with Tyler. I don't love that for you, Caroline. Honestly, you should have just stayed there.
Yeah, would have
You've
been
had
a
a
little
lot of
easier.
tension. You've worked a lot of it out, but you could have just stayed there, but you didn't. So she goes down the hall to kind of just like leave. Carol catches her leaving, and she's like, "Going somewhere?" And Caroline's like, I'm just gonna go get my purse and just yeet. So she goes to get her purse, but the purse burns her hand as though it's been coated in vervain or some shit.
I wonder who could have done
And
that.
Carol, like some fucking Terminator, just whips out a dart gun and just loads that bitch up with vervain. Like straight up like 5 vervain darts to the back for poor Caroline Forbes.
And that's
You
how it
know,
ends.
that would have been a better cliffhanger than season 2's cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Would have been great if that was the cliffhanger for season 2 finale.
You are correct.
You know what also would have been great as a season 2 finale cliffhanger? Just the episode before the season 2 finale. That entire
Oh, yeah.
Also, that too.
Damon walking off into the sunset dramatically.
As he dies. Perfect.
It's
So,
like,
hey guys, we've reached the end
Hi.
of this episode with Carol Lockwood
Finally.
absolutely fucking murking Caroline Forbes. And we only had 1 or 2 breakdowns while we talked about it. So, hey
Yeah.
Jourdann,
Uh-huh.
what do you rank episode 301, The Birthday?
If I'm being honest, it was lackluster and I was expecting more. Because like the first season premiere, like it wasn't amazing, but it definitely looped me into the world and made me want
Yeah.
to like stick around for the show. You know, in like I was when we were talking about it originally, I was comparing it to other pilots and like it's like a very good pilot compared to most pilots that I've watched, you know?
Yeah.
And
You
with
gave it, for reference, you gave it a solid 8 at the
yeah,
time.
yeah. And then for the season 2 opener, it was like so good because like the season 1 had like a really good cliffhanger. I wanted to come back for more and they didn't disappoint. It was like on point, like, oh, this is interesting still. This episode, it left me
For
wanting
reference.
more.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
What are you
What are
gonna
you
say
ranking it?
for reference?
Oh, I was gonna say, for reference, you ranked the season 2 premiere at a 9.
Yeah.
So we've been steadily going up through season premieres for all of us here. This one, a sharp downturn
Yeah,
for season
sharp
premieres.
downturn. Like
Yeah.
characters were feel everything just felt really off. The only thing I really liked was the 2012 vibes from the party. And then also like the cliffhanger was like pretty decent, not amazing, not great, but pretty decent. Honestly, didn't love the episode, and I don't even know if I love it enough to give it a 7, honestly.
Ooh.
Gonna give it a 6?
Yeah. I'm going with 6. It's not like
Giving it a
horrible,
6.
but like it's not even that good, you know?
Yeah, agreed. Brian,
Hello.
what are you
I'm
ranking
giving
it?
this a 10. Oh my god. Just kidding. I'm not giving it a 10.
I was about
Jesus
to
Christ.
say. I was about to say.
It's not my favorite season premiere
Mm-hmm.
because I'm basing off my rankings of how I loved it when I watched it live.
Yeah, yeah.
Because first time reaction is always the best way to do it. This was a solid episode, not a solid season premiere. The only thing that saved it for me, and I think you all know where I'm going with this.
I already can see it happening.
The only thing that saved this episode for me was Damon without a towel on. I mean,
I
let's be
did
real
not
here.
see that happen.
I'm kidding.
I was about
Of
to
course,
say.
the Stelena scene at the end, because it's one of the most iconic Vampire Diaries moments.
It's such a
one of
good
those
scene.
It's a very good
It
scene.
really is. It's one of those moments where you can even though that Nina and Paul weren't in the same room, obviously they weren't in the same room, you can still feel their chemistry and still feel that like amazingness.
Paul
But
Wesley's just so good.
He's such a good actor.
He is. He's him and Nina. They're gonna destroy the world one day, and I'm gonna accept them as my Lord and Savior.
Oh god.
They will.
That took a weird turn, but okay.
Yes, I will accept my new overlords. Anyway, I'm going with a 7.5.
A 7.5?
Yes.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I loved this episode. Like it's not as strong like yeet, but it's just because season 2's finale was so meh. And it just kind of felt like we weren't like, because season 2 we had like, oh, Catherine's here now. What's gonna happen now? And this one we're like, we got ghosts now. Yay!
Ghosts.
Yay! I'm like that's interesting. That's fun. But like they did nothing with it this episode. So I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we got Klaus. Klaus though, he kicked butt this. Oh yeah, Joseph Morgan's in the main cast now. Good for him getting
Yeah,
that
he is.
main billing now.
Happy for him.
Happy for him.
So,
But yeah,
I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not like this episode.
Me neither.
yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
I did not actively hate this episode, but I did not like this episode by any stretch of the imagination. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Ooh.
I don't hate it. I don't like it.
It's half and half.
Middle of the road.
And that Vicky Donovan truck is coming at you.
Listen, if we get more Vicky Donovan, I'll up the score.
This is probably gonna be the most Vicky Donovan we'll see since season 1.
Then F that. Just F it.
You can say fuck.
Oh,
Jourdann, it's
yeah.
okay.
I forgot.
No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna see more.
Oh yeah,
You can
great.
say fuck.
I actually if I feel like if this episode, because you're right, we didn't get a lot of the ghosts. If it had more of the ghosts and more Vicky Donovan, I bet you the score would have been a little higher.
Yeah. Don't worry, Vicky's time is coming.
Yay.
She's gonna. Ooh, I'm excited for you because you're gonna love it, I think.
But I was like so disappointed with this episode. Like, imagine waiting
Yeah.
for it to come back after that
Oh,
lackluster cliffhanger of a season finale.
I wonder.
And then coming back to this.
I wonder
Like,
what that's like.
tell me what that was like, Brian, because I honestly would have given the show
Honestly-
like 2 more episodes and then I would have left.
I did love this episode, like back then, obviously, but like now rewatching as an adult and like knowing like how many more, like, because we have like 5 more season premieres to go through, and I know like my favorite season premiere is coming up, season 4, because it's one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because it ended with a good cliffhanger, like from the season before. It just kind of felt like now rewatching it, knowing like what I get in the future, it just is. It's my least favorite season premiere, but it's not a horrible one if you
Really?
catch the drift.
I would say it's pretty bad. Closer.
It's not a horrible episode. It's a good episode, just not a good season premiere.
I wouldn't even say it's a good episode.
It's barely a good episode.
Yeah, because
like I enjoyed it, but it kind of felt like they were just like planting seeds. Like, here's one seed, here's one.
See, I felt like it was planting seeds, which was like good for the story, but I didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like a lot of it felt like very off, and like I could have been doing anything else other than watching the Vampire Diaries at that moment.
I'm more excited for where the show is gonna go in season 3. That I rated this a little high because I know what's coming, and I'm genuinely very excited for the rest of the season because it's so damn good.
I'm very excited for the rest of this season, but also this episode does not make me very excited for the rest of this season.
Yeah,
you know, like
it doesn't like give you that like how the season 2 premiere gave you that like, ooh, Catherine's up to something. What is she up to? This one kind of felt like, okay, we're back.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, exactly.
Stefan's evil now. Stefan's spooky. And that's it, I think. Yeah. Some new people are banging, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But that's literally it. Like, I don't know, like I'm excited for this season of TVD because I know season 3 and season 4 are 2 pretty fucking good seasons. We just came off of a really good season. So like excited about it, gang. Happy to be here. Not happy to watch this episode.
I think again, it's just me. I just like the moments more. Like I just like the individual moments. Shut up.
Moments.
If there's not at least one mention of moments by Brian for the justification of his ratings in each episode, is it even really an episode of Afterbite?
No, it is not.
It's not. So that's it for this week of Afterbite, folks. Remember, like I said, we're doing 2 episodes a week now, so we'll be back on Tuesday for more Afterbite. Let us know what you thought on Twitter. We are at AfterbitePod. And if you want to leave us a voice message to say how fucking wrong we are that this is actually a great season finale, or a season premiere. God, I wish.
If this was a season finale, I would be pissed.
Yeah. You can do so on at anchor.fm/afterbite. Leave us a voicemail and tell us how much we suck or how cool you think we are. That you can also do. Also, leave us a rating on Apple Podcasts. It really does help us out more than you know. Follow us on Spotify, all that shit, you know.
Yep.
You know. You've listened to a podcast before.
You should know this. But if you don't know this, now you know. You know?
Now we have told you now. Yeah, exactly. So now that's it for this episode of Afterbite. Stay inside. Stay safe. No, we don't do that, Brian.
We don't. That's not how we end. Next time. That's not how we end these episodes. It's
Brian,
angry.
have you been on this podcast before?
No, I have not.
Angry at the end.
Oh yeah, we are angry. I'm angry.
We say wash your fucking hands.
Or we say abolish the police.
Okay.
Also that too. and then we just kind of fade out, and then we just have a little side conversation here that doesn't matter at all.
No,
So that I can just fade out and play music over top.
Okay, great. So I got this wart.
I'm gonna drop the music just for that and then put it back.